2012, and I'm back with a bit of an update. So in my last video I talked about how I was denied by Anthem Blue Cross for bariatric procedure and they cited that the reason for the denial was my BMI didn't meet medical requirements. In fact, I have the letter right here. I'll read to you what they included in the denial letter. Our medical reviewer has determined we cannot approve your request for weight loss surgery. The information we have is that your weight to height measure, BMI or body mass index, is 39.3. This surgery is not medically necessary in your situation. Weight loss surgery is medically necessary when the BMI is over 40. It is also medically necessary when the BMI is 35 and over, and there are other medical conditions present that are related to being overweight. These could be diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, or other dangerous heart and lung problems, including severe disturbances of breathing during sleep apnea. Your doctor has not provided us with the severity of sleep apnea, namely AHI, number of shallow or stop breathing per hour. AHI needs to be over 30 to qualify for this criteria. We do not have information that you have any of these conditions. If there is more information, you may send it for review. This decision is based on the health plan medical policy for surgery for clinically severe obesity. And then they have a policy number. And I think if I can remember, I'll include it in the little sidebar description bar so you can see what Anthem's policy is as of, I think they last updated it in January 2012. So anyway, that's the denial that I received. And so I said, well, okay, I have a sleep apnea test, I think next week, but I don't really know, I don't have a level of certainty that it's going to come back as severe. So shortly after I got the denial, I happened to weigh myself, which I hadn't for some time, and I was up a few pounds, and that was without really much clothing on. And so I decided I'm going to go into the doctor's office, since I happen to be a little higher, and get my height and weight measured officially at my primary care office, and then if it's in my favor, then I'll submit that. I was actually expecting my height to be measured at under 5'3", because I've been measured at 5'2.5" before in early adulthood, and I really haven't grown since then. So I was expecting the weight to be maybe just a couple pounds heavier, and my height actually to be maybe half an inch, possibly less. But it turned out my height was just slightly over 5'3". It was 5'3.189", but my weight came in at 228.3. And although that wasn't a very fun number to see on the scale, in this case that really made me happy. And so what that meant was that my BMI calculated to be 40.18. Yay! So what that means is I just have to have my doctor document that. I submit it to the surgeon's office, and they resubmit it to Anthem Blue Cross, and hopefully that's all I need. And they say, okay, we accept your new measurement, and now you're medically necessary. I'm hoping they don't say, well, okay, you're 40, but it's not, it's just one point in time. It doesn't seem like you have a problem with being over 40 for very long. I don't know. I don't know what else they're going to want. I'm not incredibly optimistic, but hopeful, I guess. So anyway, I've worked since, so last Friday was when my doctor's office took my height and weight. And so my doctor put together a letter on Monday and got the BMI wrong. I don't know what she was doing or where it came from, but she got it wrong. And so I called her assistant and said, hey, look, I can't turn this into insurance. It's under 40. And so she said, oh, sorry, we'll do it over again. And so I picked it up again on Tuesday, and there was like a main paragraph that said, this is Erica, and she's been with me since 2009. And then there was a section below the main paragraph that listed kind of medical conditions. So it said like sleep apnea, and it said family history of diabetes and stuff like that. And then it said obesity class 2, which was BMI of 35 to 39.9. I'm like, come on, I can't turn in something that says my BMI is over 40 and then have my list of health issues to say that I'm under 40. It's like, which is it? And if I were insurance, I'd be looking at that, going, the information's not consistent. So I call back and I'm like, okay, another error. Please look at this again. And so I just picked up the third version today and thought I'd read to you what my primary care physician put together. So it says, Eric has been a patient here since 2009. Since that time, she has struggled to control her weight without success. She currently has a very unhealthy BMI of 40.18. For reference, body mass index is 40.18, which puts me in the extreme obese, BMI greater than 40 category. And here's where I was still a little irritated. So for weight of 228 pounds, but didn't put the 0.3. Is that anal? I don't know. I was expecting it to be a precise measurement, but she said for weight 228 pounds and height 5 feet 3.189 inches on March 23rd. So that's the date the measurement was taken. So she indicated what the precise height measurement was, but for some reason rounded down the weight measurement. So if I were to take those two numbers and put it into a BMI calculator, the BMI would come out to be like 40.14 or something. Pretty close to 40.18, but it's not the same number. So I don't know if insurance is going to question that. I really don't feel like going back to my doctor and going, you made another mistake. But I used to be an auditor, and these kind of things jump out at me. So anyway, and then it goes on to list what a normal weight range would be, what the different category weight ranges would be. And so extreme obese is greater than 227 pounds for my height. So, and then she says, due to her medical conditions including hypertriglyceridemia, high triglycerides, lipoprotein deficiencies. I think that has to do with PCOS, but I don't know. I haven't looked it up. That didn't ring a bell for what I've talked to my doctor about. But family history of diabetes, mellitus, father. So I don't know. Maybe mellitus means type 2. Obstructive sleep apnea, and then extreme obesity. So this is where I'm getting the right classification here. Extremely obese. Not just class 2, extreme. And then she says she would be an excellent bariatric surgery candidate. Please do not hesitate to contact me should you have any questions. So there's a letter. I've sent that off to my surgeon's office. I'm hoping they send it to insurance, and I'm hoping that insurance doesn't give me more hassle. Because this has been a lifelong struggle, and I really want this to happen. So anyways, that's where I am right now. I also thought I'd kind of stand up and take some body shots so you guys have an idea what a BMI at 40 looks like on a girl who's 5'3". This should be fun. So, not getting disrobed, so in case my boyfriend's watching, don't worry, I'm not going to come out in some bikini, although nobody wants to see that anyway. Maybe when I've hit my goal weight or getting close and feel like I can start doing that. But I have, however, started to swim again. I used to swim when I was younger, and I kind of go back to what's called master swim teams off and on. And I haven't been swimming for probably a year. And so I went back last week or the week before, so I've been back like 4 times. And it's really hard. I'm like one of the slowest in the pool, which sucks. Because I'm usually somewhere in the middle. I'm not fast, but I'm strong. And I'm really slow right now. But every time I've gone, it's been a little easier. And I'm feeling stronger. And because I'm working out, I feel like I want to eat better foods. Just because health begets health. And so, yay, that's great. So I'm trying to get as much exercise, kind of incrementally getting myself into a better state of health, so that if regardless of whether I have the surgery or not, but if I do have the surgery, I want to be in a really stronger state of health. I want my lungs stronger and everything like that. So it'll be easier to recover, I'm thinking. And if I don't have the surgery, I'm on the right path anyway. So, okay, body shots. And this is a very small area, so I can really only go back so far. So forgive me if you're not going to see as much as you'd like. But, okay. This is like really just wide. And I don't know if this is coming across on camera or not, but I'll lift up the shirt a little bit. Belly. It's a big belly. Yeah, this is probably a great shot, I'm sure. Let me move this chair as far back as I can. So unfortunately, you're not really seeing, there's leg right here. So the reason why it's black in this general area is because there's no separation at all between legs. It's a one trunk, basically. But, yeah. I mean, it's for a BMI of 40, it's not horrible, I guess, but it certainly isn't the identity that I kind of want for myself. This area is a mess. But anyway, this is a super long video. Sorry for that, but I did want to go into some detail, and I did want to kind of do that first body shot. And what's sad is that I'm in such bad shape that, and there was another YouTuber that mentioned this when he was looking back on old videos of himself. I find just talking, it gets me out of breath. Like and it's really sad. I'm like, and it's uncomfortable, and it's kind of like in the back of my mind I'm aware that it's because I'm out of shape and too fat, and so it makes me feel guilty about it and ashamed. And I find myself even on client phone calls trying to kind of control it, like taking 5 minutes before a client call just to put myself in a state of calm and rest so that I'm not like can't talk to you. It's just, it sucks. So I really want things to change. Anyways, enough. It's over 12 minutes. Thanks for your patience, and hopefully I'll have good news the next time I record a video. Thanks, bye.